My idea is that you don't need to be Rambo or not even look like him. What counts is your esprit. It's your way to think, your idea. French language. A lot of people asking me, do I need to speak French before joining the French Foreign Legion? I say no. You don't need to speak French before joining or prior to joining the Legion. Maybe they will teach you on a hard way, but they will teach you anyway. Let's talk about age. Limit age is from 17 and a half to 39 and a half years. And applicants should produce any useful supporting documents, whatever it will mean. So disregard this point, it's not really important. You will be enlisted as a single man, even if you're married. No girl will be accepted.
So, operators, go ahead and take a seat. I want to welcome everyone back to another history. We gonna get into some history. So that was clearly a horrible representation of my French accent. Yeah, okay. So let's track. The French Foreign Legion is a military service branch of the French Army, established in 1831, year of our Lord. You heard me, 1831. That makes it the oldest history and uniform that we have ever covered here on our channel. Legionnaires are highly trained infantry soldiers, and the Legion is unique that it is open to foreign recruits willing to serve in the French armed forces. So what a lot of people don't realize is back in year of our Lord 1831, when it was founded, the Foreign Legion was not unique. Other foreign formations existed at that time in France. Commanded by French officers as of today, it is open to French citizens, who amounted to 24% of the recruits in 2007. The French Foreign Legion is today known as a unit whose training focuses on traditional military skills and on its strong esprit de corps, as its men come from different countries with different cultures, obviously. So, as of 2007, French citizens could actually join. However, back in the day, like let's say even less than 100 years ago, and that's again pretty spectacular when we can talk a century about a unit such as the French Foreign Legion, the FFL. But again, I want to emphasize that it wasn't too long ago where only a French citizen could actually be an officer in the Legion. They could not even enlist because that's not really what the Legion was there for. It was there for France's use. However, they were kind of like, indispensable soldiers. So, like, who cares? Let's send the Legion. And that kind of ties in to the history today. So, tracking on. So, the Foreign Legion is today known as a unit whose training focuses on traditional military skills and on its strong esprit de corps, as its men come from different countries with different cultures. This is a way to strengthen them enough to work as a team. Consequently, training is often described as not only physically challenging, but also very stressful psychologically. French citizenship may be applied for after 3 years of service. The Legion is the only part of the French military that does not swear allegiance to France, but to the Foreign Legion itself. That is a very, if anything you take from this history, that is something that you need to go ahead and throw in your rucksack. The Legion is the only part of the French military that does not swear allegiance to France, but to the Foreign Legion itself. Any soldier who gets wounded during a battle for France can immediately apply to be a French citizen under a provision known as, and I didn't want to butcher that, however, translation, French by spilled blood. As of 2008, members come from 140 countries to serve in the Legion. The French Foreign Legion was created by King Louis Philippe, the King of France, on 10 March 1831 from the foreign regiments of the Kingdom of France. Recruits included soldiers from the recently disbanded Swiss and German foreign regiments of the Bourbon monarchy. The royal ordinance for the establishment of the new regiment specified that foreigners recruited could only serve outside France. The French Expeditionary Force force that had occupied Algiers in 1830 was in need of reinforcements, and the Legion was accordingly transferred by sea to Algeria. So once the Legion landed in Algeria, their duties basically were to protect and expand the French colonial empire during the 19th century. But it also fought in almost all French wars, including World War I and World War II. The Foreign Legion has remained an important part of the French army after two world wars, the rise and fall of mass conscript armies, the dismantling of the French colonial empire, and the loss of the Foreign Legion's base in Algeria, which, if you know anything about the FFL, if you talk to any members of the FFL, they will tell you that Algeria is definitely the birthplace and one of the most historic battles have been fought within Algeria within the French Foreign Legion history. It was definitely a hit to the, let's say, proverbial pride of the Legion when the higher-ups indeed decided to pull out of Algeria. So once these hitters in the Legion withdrew or got pulled out, or however you want to phrase it, in Algeria, they did not by any means rest on their laurels. As stated, the history of these hitters goes back to 1831. During this span from then to now, there are so many campaigns that they have participated in. However, I'll just go ahead and go down the list of a few. You have, as stated, the conquest of Algeria, the Carlist campaign, the Crimean campaign, the Italian campaign of 1859, the Mexican expedition. Basically, the marching regiments of the Foreign Legion participated in World War I, World War II, the First Indonesia War. And if you don't know what that is, that was them getting a taste of Charlie before the United States could in Vietnam. Again, the First Indonesia War, 1946 to 1954. Again, the Algerian campaign, post-colonial Africa, 62 to present, basically Gulf War, post 9/11 global war on Tangoism of 2001 Afghanistan. So again, these hitters have been around the world 3 times. I'm sure 2 goat fucks in Baghdad. Huh? Anybody know that? Huh? Anybody? I'm national, international, been around the world 3 times, 2 world fairs, 1 go fucking Baghdad. Used to play games, used to play golf in college, but it was games, so I had to quit. I don't smoke, chew rope, or talk back to old folk. Why? Because I'm national, international, airborne. Huh? Okay, so tracking on, you might be like, oh, damn, Matrix, how do I join these hitters? How do I get my white cape? Yeah, and we'll hit on that a little later during the uniform part, but just a reminder that their headgear specifically that they wear, not that I'm a big fan of it, but would definitely be the French Foreign Legion cape. And for the cape, all you got to do is just get a plane ticket. If you're not in France, go ahead, hit a pile desk over there, also known as a information desk or a pre-selection center, also known as a CP, and that, my friends, will be located in Metro, France. Accommodations and food are free during the whole selection process. The Foreign Legion does not facilitate any administrative steps taken by applicants to obtain a visa or a residence permit in France. You get that, boys? So all you basically got to do is walk through them gates. Again, they do not look into your background, so to speak. However, in today's Legion, you better believe that they do, in a way. So let's say that you're a burglar. Yeah, they'd probably take you in the Foreign Legion. A murderer? Not these days. I can almost guarantee you that. Facts. I actually visited before my second hits, before I re-upped in United States Army Airborne. So before I re-upped, I actually did make a call to the French Embassy here in the United States. I was tracking on actually how to spend the next 5 years of my life in the French Foreign Legion. This is not something I took lightly, and I guarantee you this, that if RIP was not offered to me on my second hitch in the United States Army, I would probably be speaking French ATM. I can almost fucking guarantee you that. I was that close. However, for you guys these days, again, back in my day, it wasn't just how do I join the Foreign Legion on Google or YouTube. Huh? You actually had to put your boots on ground and get to hustling on how to figure how to get in to the Legion. Huh? So with that being said, just hop you a fucking flight over to France, go to the Metropolitan Center, and basically go to the information desk or CP as stated. If you got good intel on this, go ahead and throw it in the comments for these young hitters that might want to switch their language to Francais. Tracking on. So I will leave a link in the description for those hitters that are really serious about checking out how to join the Legion. However, you will be going to basic training for the Foreign Legion is conducted in the 4th Foreign Regiment. This is an operational combat regiment which provides a training course of 15 to 17 weeks before recruits are actually assigned to their operational units. Again, that might sound a little easy, 15 to 17, to get through basic. But again, you got to think of everything that they're going to be pushing into you during those 15 to 17 weeks to include learning a language completely. Okay, so let's not forget that little tidbit with the psychological detriment that will be going on to you, as well as if you're a foreigner, then it's going to be even that more, because you're not going to know what the fuck's going on. You're not going to know what the fuck they're saying until you start learning the language. So if you're really tracking on this, I'd hit up one of those damn apps, learn how to speak French in 2 weeks or some shit. Okay, with that being said, the initial 4 to 6 weeks at the farm, Les Fermes, introduction to military lifestyle, outdoor field, and activities. Again, the farm is actually where the Legionnaires who decide to make it a career actually retire, right? They believe in a big thing, one thing, and that's taking care of each other in said Legion. Initially, again, as stated, 4 to 6 weeks at La Farm. Then you're going to have a 50-kilometer, basically a 31-mile, 2-day march, and that's called the March for the Capi. Technical and practical training for about 3 weeks, mountain training. Then you'll have another march, 120 kilometers, basically 75 miles. That's your final march, which must be completed in 3 days before reporting to your assigned operational regiment. So in closing, just a reminder, if you do serve your 5-year contract to the end, to the Legion, you do have the option of obtaining a French citizenship as well as a name. Yes, they will actually give you a new name if that is your desire, and you may become a citizen of France. Again, Foreign Legion, big time hitters, big time history, activated 10 March 1831, garrison all around metropolitan France. Again, I'll leave the link in the description if you want to actually see how to join the Foreign Legion. You may go ahead, direct yourself to the recruitment link in said description. Mottos: the Legion is our fatherland, as well as honor and fidelity. But trust me, the Legion's motto, march or die. March or die is the standing motto that I am familiar with the French Foreign Legion from a couple of second para hitters of stated Legion that I was talking to, which made me really want to join the French Foreign Legion. However, my destiny was not there. My destiny is obviously here on YouTube. With that being said, operators on your feet. Let's get down range before our last Cameroon.
La Légion marche vers le fond, en chantant nous suivons.
So again, I hope we all learned a little something today in the FFL history. Let's go ahead and track on this uniform. Again, big hua and big shouts out to Adjutant Guest with the second pair for helping me out with the history. So with that being said, let's track. You know what to do. Back or select, old school, double tap RB, hit Yankee, and here we are. Head today, of course, gender male, Mason Brown facial hair today. We're going to rock the None. We're going to keep it squared away today. Hair color brown. And then the facial detail, as always, burn on the left side. Of course, that's what? Yeah, that's Ab Chanel. So body details today, we're going to go ahead. We're going to roll with Commandos because I can't remember the last time that we actually equipped this paint on the war face. So go ahead, equip that Commando FFL. Right arm today, we all got to pay a little pinance.
That's what she said.
On the left arm, we got Mi Familia, or should I say La Familia, on today's build. Clothes today, we're going to rock the Cry Combat. I mean, you can rock, however, if you would like, you can go ahead and throw the Commando on and rock it as well. Whatever you do, though, you're going to put it in the Woodland Camo today. These hitters actually wear like a T1 back in the day. It's a T1 type print. However, it is BDU. However, today they do have upgraded in 2018, I believe, that they actually track on the T3 and the T4. Oh, that's why we'll be hitting the BDU print today, or more specifically the Woodland print today, because it does mirror and mimic their T1, T2, T3, and T4 camouflage pattern, see? So we'll go ahead and track on that. Again, though, the olive drab, the OD green is definitely authorized. They wore it as late as mid-90s. So with that being said, OD green or the Woodland BDU. You know, I'm always switching stuff up during the build. However, today, again, I'm just going to track the Woodland, and then I got facts, they put it in the Cry Combat, or they prefer actually the Cry Combat. Cry Combat is what we're going to be driving on with today, and go ahead, throw that again as stated in the Woodland vest today. We're going to either go with the IBA today, or we'll go ahead and throw the 511 plate carrier on. Either one will be good. However, either one, we're going to go ahead and put it in the sandstone. I'll be equipping the IBA today. Of course, we're going to follow up with the Cry Combat pants. If not, you can throw them in the Commando, whatever you put them in, either the Woodland or the OD Green in today's Legion build. Footwear today, I'm going to be go ahead and probably charging on with the sandstone hiking boots. However, the EXO boots are allowed. Make sure you put them in the military brown, as well as the Commando. I'm quite sure these Legionnaires have definitely earned the right to equip the Commando. Whatever you put them in, go ahead, equip them in the sandstone, whatever you're going to outfit your dogs with. Get it? Hiking boots. I'm going with the 3.6. I guess as the Legionnaires would say, accessories. I wear today, I'm going to go ahead, hit the bullet ant goggles. That's just a preference. If you would like, you can go ahead and track with the M-frames, put them in the 1.6 matte gray. However, again, you can go with either the ballistic goggles, the ant goggles, or your M-frames. So today we're going to go with the tack scarf today. We're going to go ahead and throw that in the Coyote Brown. So basically today's build is a Legionnaire infantryman. That's it. He's not second pair as of yet. However, there could be in the works for that. So today we'll go ahead, throw the tactical scarf, make sure that you silhouette it out, headwear. So today, throw it on the covered ACH. Now, we're going to track the covered ACH because they actually have upgraded to a Spectre. They used to wear a turtle shell. It looked just like a turtle. The reason they got away with that, it couldn't really fit any kind of headsets under it. But it is still in use today in second pair, and I actually do like that kind of lid. However, today we're going with the covered ACH Coyote Brown. We're going to go ahead. It looks almost identical to what they wear, the Spectra. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and throw your jungle hat on. Make sure that you equip that in the olive drab if you decide to go that route. It is authorized today. Go ahead, throw your jungle on, OD green. And last but not least, the polar fleece beanie. You can go ahead, equip that up in black. Those are your three options today. That is all. Tracking on today, we're going to go ahead, beef up this lid with headset C. I got to say, it still looks a little awkward as far as the bat wings coming down on the K-pot. However, you know, what are you going to do, right? What can we possibly do to actually fix that? I figured just beef up the headset. So we're going to go ahead and track that on headset C. Today, go ahead, throw on your Oakley Pilots, put those in the 5.5 Sandstone. However, as always, I'm not going to hate you if you'd like to go ahead and throw on your Echelons. Either one, make sure that you darken them out in today's French Foreign Legion build for those tracking in the stream. So today, for the first time ever, I believe, yes, this is the first time we've ever used it. Go ahead, equip that hiking backpack. Again, these are Legionnaire infantrymen. They will be carrying their house on their back. Oh, going to be carrying a lot of gear to dress out an infantryman. And guess what? You're usually rocking it. So go ahead, equip that bad boy in the 1010 Sandstone. Brands, of course, let's roll, my peep. If you do have the France flag, I would go ahead and throw that on as well. You can't go wrong either way. But for today, I'm going with the old Romeo 9 while I can. And for those that don't know, I do have Breakpoint. You can be looking out for some builds coming out from old Breakpoint. So that's going to wrap it up for our accessories today. That's going to wrap it up for today's uniform. I'm thinking it's tracking pretty well for what we're going for in today's, again, Legionnaire infantrymen. Okay, weapons today. We have quite a few choices today, seeing how they don't even offer what some of the Legionnaires carry today. However, things change in the world, and that goes as well for the Foreign Legion of France. So obviously we're going to be going with an assault rifle here. Obviously, as stated, they do not even offer the famous FAMAS. So with that being said, we got to make sure that it's a bullpup. Now, my thing is they have equipped I believe it's the F3 FAMAS now, and it's stacked. I mean, it's stacked. It looks like the attachment is actually bigger than the actual weapon. However, with that being said, I just feel like this SC4000 is really happening. It's got kind of the same framework of a FAMAS as far as the square look to it, and I believe that is what I'm going with the primary today. However, as stated, you can pretty much go with any bullpup in the inventory. The F2000, I think that's actually would be a decent pick as far as something to mimic the FAMAS. And obviously you got your TAR, your AUG. So you get it. You can pretty much go with any bullpup. However, as stated, I believe the F2000 would also be a good choice. However, today, I do believe the French Foreign Legion has earned the right to use the old SC4000. So that's what we're going to roll with today. Now, for parts today, I'm going to go ahead, throw the digital on it. I like the configuration. However, I'm not going to hate you if you want to throw a little pano on there as well. Whatever you do, 1-2 black trigger, full auto semi. Obviously, we're going to go with the standard 30. For grip, we're going to go ahead and throw the broomstick on it. I really do feel like it replicates what they would be putting on a FAMAS. So 1-2 black on that. Basically, we're silhouetting this bad boy out today. Go ahead, throw your laser sight on it. 1-2 black standard barrel. I'm really surprised they don't offer a longer barrel with this weapon. However, go ahead, throw that in the 2-2 gray. Suppress it out today. No compensator, even though I like the looks of it. Today, we're going to go ahead, equip the stock muzzle, and swap out suppressed as needed, as mission dictates. Uno, dos, negro on that. And that's what we're rocking today. Plus, it does have that little FAMAS look. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's there. Okay, so secondary today, it should come as no shock if anybody in my realm of world doesn't know that the Foreign Legion is actually switching over to the H&K 416. So we're going to go ahead and equip that bad boy today, and that is in use today with the line units of the French Foreign Legion. However, of course, they still use the famous FAMAS for some reason, right? There's no way if I had to choose between a FAMAS and an H&K 416, there's no comparison. I'm going with the 416 each and every day of the week. Let's go ahead and dress this bad boy out. So today, we're going to go ahead, rock the stuck muzzle. Put that in the 1-2 black. We're going to go again with the digital scope. And again, when you're switching back and forth weapons and you got the same scope, to me, it has its combat effectiveness to that as well. So with that being said, we're going to throw on the digital scope today. But again, I'm not hating you. And they would equip the ACOG as well. So either one, you're good to hook in the 1-2 black. Trigger full auto semi. magazine. This is going to be the go-to today. If we get in a mid-range firefight, we're going to go ahead and throw it in the large 50 and scoop up what we can't throw down with the famous replicated. 1-2 black. Underbarrel today, we're going with the STD grenade launcher. Now, for some oddball reason, they do equip an underrail. However, it is not the standard 203-40 mic. So with that being said, we'll go with the STD, get your mind out of the gutter, grenade launcher, and let's not forget that the reload time on this is absolutely combat effective. And we'll throw that in the 1-2 black. Rail cover today, we're going to keep this bad boy clean. I like the clean look on it. Go ahead, throw that in the 1-2 black. Long barrel today, again, mid to long range, kind of a DMR-ish type feel to this weapon today for this Legionnaire infantryman. 1-2 black. Stock muzzle, we'll switch to suppressed. Check that. We're going to go ahead, throw the old compensator Victor 2 on there. 1-2 black. We got a suppressed primary. And there you go, the H&K 416. And that will be the new firearm of the French Foreign Legion as of 2019. They're cycling them in. They already got the contract signed that I am aware of. But again, you will see the FAMAS still carried around day to day by the Legion. Now, you might see more of the more elite units starting to cycle in that H&K before the line units say get it, because that's usually how it works with new equipment. Membership has its privileges. Another option as a Legionnaire grunt, you can go ahead, throw that M48 on. We'll go ahead and dress it out. Now, what they carry is actually a mini-me, a FN mini-me. It's a 5.56, pretty sure, if memory serves. What we'll do, since they don't offer that, we'll go ahead, carry this bad boy. Let's go ahead and dress this out. Stock, obviously stuck Basel black. We'll go ahead today. I don't know why, since they don't offer the ACOG or any kind of optic digital on here, we'll go ahead and we'll throw these stock iron sights on. I do wish they made those in the Trichon. That would just be sweet as hell. Anyways, we'll go ahead, throw that in the 1-2 black. Trigger, full auto semi, no shit. We're going to go ahead, throw that extendo in. We are a grunt as well as the Legionnaire. Let's get some rounds at downrange. 1-2 black, under barrel. Go ahead, let's just keep it clean. We're going to go with old Sarge's favorite attachment, the broomstick on the old M4A today. Throw that in the 1-2 black. Rail today, keep it clean with the rail cover. Barrel, standard barrel today, we're going to go ahead, throw that in the gray. I ain't hating you if you want to put the long barrel on. However, today, I'm keeping it in the standoid. Again, throw that in the dust gray. Compensator Victor 2 today, why wouldn't we? Throw that in the black. And there she is, a whole lot of loving in that weapon. However, we are replicating this as an FN mini-me. That being said, you can actually equip the M249 if you prefer. Handguns today, we're going to go ahead and equip a Beretta M9. I mean, why wouldn't we? Basically, the Palmas G1 is what they carry, and that's nothing but a Beretta 92. Palmas G1, also known as the Beretta 92, also known as the good old M9. Parts, break it down. The use here, no extendo. We'll go with the 15, 1-2 black. Rail cover, keep it clean today. 1-2 black, standard barrel in the gray, and stock Moselle. Switch to suppressed as needed. Put that in the 1-2 black. If I didn't just say that. And there it is. Drones, good old infantrymen. We need our explosives. You'll go ahead and equip the explosive drone, making sure, however, that someone on your team is equipped with the medic. We're just going to go ahead and rock the standard. Again, though, if this was a second para build, hint, hint, then we would definitely throw on the airborne. However, it's a Legionnaire leg, so we will go ahead and just rock the standard. I think it really fits the build anyways today. So fam, that's going to bring yet another uniform build to an end today. I hope you were tracking an amazing day today. I hope tomorrow's amazing. I hope yesterday was amazing. You know what to do. Tell all your friends about our channel. Go ahead, snipe like, snipe the sub one time, because that's how we roll.